All right, so it looks like we are live on Facebook. I'd like to welcome everybody who's going to be watching this live. So if you're watching this live, happy Sunday to you. Those of you that are catching this on replay, make sure to type in replay and where you're watching in from. And anyone that's watching this, and you're like, who's this guy, Tim? My friend shared this live. What's going on here? Make sure to watch this and ask any questions in the comments. And the person who shared this with you, because you're going to have questions and you're probably going to want to talk to the person that shared this with you. Make sure to get with that person to get your questions answered and find out what this is all about, because we're going to share some results tonight with my friend, Dr. Yulia Peniston, who is next to me right here in this Facebook Live. But who am I? So my name's Tim Peterson. I'm with a company called Neora, and I was introduced to this company about 7 years ago. A friend of mine called me up, said, I'm sending you night cream in the mail. And I was like, what? It's not every day. Your buddy says he's going to send you face cream. And I tried it. I liked it. But to be honest, I didn't think face cream was going to be my ticket out of 20 years in the restaurant industry. But he told me who the CEO of the company was, who's the author of this book right here, The Slight Edge. And I knew him. So I'm like, I'll sign up if he's the CEO. I knew who he was. And I didn't do anything for 2 years because I thought I was going to do facials, to be honest. And I was like, no, thank you. But 2 years went by, I got laid off. I was a little bit more interested. Now, I didn't go to any of the trainings or any of the stuff they told you how to do this business. I just went out and tried to sell it like I did everything else. And I failed miserably. But it wasn't until my mom, my wife, and people in my life started getting results with these products that I started to share those products. And those results did more than my talking ever did. And to say this business has changed my life is an understatement. I met my wife by posting a before and after photo on Facebook. So, that if I didn't get anything else out of this deal, it's a good deal. But qualified for the Lexus car bonus, been to trips to Bahamas, and met some of those incredible people. And the version of who I'm becoming and have become is the most exciting part. And I get to meet people like Dr. Yulia. So I'm here tonight. We're going to share her results. So I'm going to hand it over to her. She's going to share her name, background, how she was introduced to this company and these products. And then we're going to share her results, and she's going to take you through her experience of taking Neora Fit. So go ahead, Yulia.
Hi, guys. My name is Dr. Yulia Peniston, and I'm an OB-GYN physician. So this is going to be a little difficult to share because it's a little personal, but I think that's coming out of my comfort zone. So a couple of years ago, I went through what you would call burnout, which is fairly common in physicians especially, and of course, I'm sure other professions too. I was working full-time and probably a little bit more than full-time, delivering babies in the middle of the night. It's kind of funny, they like to deliver at 3 o'clock in the morning. So needless to say, no sleep, right? I do belong to a couple of OB-GYN groups, and I was kind of going through one night, and somebody posted the same thing that I was experiencing, kind of a, burnout situation, what to do, because obviously we work so hard for our licenses and for our professions, and then we get to the point where we burn out, and then what do you do? So, and interestingly, there was a Dr. Allison Webb in the same group, and she kind of vaguely said, I can help. And she left it at that. So I was scrolling through, and just kept going back to that comment. Well, what does she mean by that? What does she have? What is her story? And it was probably a couple of days later that I went back to that comment, and I finally messaged her, and I'm like, okay, spill it. I need to know. So it was a couple of days of going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a good salesperson. So it sounds, Tim, like the same story. And I'm like, well, I'm not a good salesperson. Yes, I love my patients. I love what I do. But night cream, facial products, I'm not a product user myself. So how am I going to sell all of these products if I'm not using them? And she said, I will be happy to help. So fast forward, I joined the business in July of 2020. And just like you, Tim, I really didn't do much for the first, well, probably a month, just because I did not even know, what to do. But I did start using the products, and I was really, really excited about the facial products. Now, for me personally, you did mention, skeptic, and yes, um, as a physician, of course, I'm used to science, right? And I kind of started looking at different products just to make sure that there's science behind them. I also, I like to, I'm a guinea pig. So I like to try things on myself first before I recommend it to anybody, just because, I obviously want to make sure that I'm recommending something that works and something that is healthy. And so come Neora Fit, and life-changing, absolutely life-changing. I was able to, as a partner, I was able to purchase in December, since we had an early release. And I started it on January 4th, and I just finished my first 90-day run in the program. And Tim is going to share my results.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share those right now. And you can continue to talk about your experience as I share the screen. There's going to be 3 results, as you can see right here. I don't think you can see it, doctor, but the first result is going, I'm sure you can see it. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great. So this is the first result. This is the second and the third, but we'll start at the first one, and I'll slowly go through these pictures as doctor is sharing her experience.
So one of the things that fascinated me about Neora Fit is, of course, fat browning. So that is something that, I had to look up myself, just because it's not something that you learn in medical school. It's not something that you learn, really. So I had to look it up, and lo and behold, there is scientific evidence of fat browning, and it works. So a little bit about fat browning, which is absolutely fascinating, is there are 2 different types of fat. There is brown fat, which is good fat, and there is white fat, which is bad fat. The difference between the 2 fats is the amount of space that it takes. So the white fat is what, unfortunately, we see around our waists. I hate to say it that way, but it's the fat that jiggles. It's the fat that you can see my, waistline. I don't want to say lap handles because it might not be politically correct, but waistline. And that is the white fat. It really, unfortunately, especially for women my age, I'm in the mid-40s. Once you hit that age, it is so difficult to lose that midsection. It is very difficult to lose the inches that everybody wants to lose. And fat browning really targets those areas. So what this program is doing, really, it helps to convert white fat into brown fat. So that is why we're losing all the inches, because the amount of space that the brown fat occupies is much less than the brown fat. Also, we burn brown fat, and we're losing calories by burning brown fat, whereas white fat stores. That's why we just store all of the energy, and the energy that is not used turns into, unfortunately, white fat. And what happens as we age, the process of fat browning decreases. So as children, we actually have more brown fat than white fat. That's why obesity or the weight gain doesn't really happen until, unfortunately, it is a pandemic. So it does happen a little bit earlier in our teenagers, but for the most part, it's our mid-20s and 30s. Now, what is fascinating to me about this program is that I truly believe this is revolutionary, because this might be a solution to our obesity problem. Now, please make sure that you understand, and I'm sure Tim is going to discuss this. None of these statements are FDA approved. So when we share our personal experience or the experience of the product, we do have to put a disclaimer out there that none of these statements are FDA approved. So whatever I am telling you is the experience that I have had with the program, and of course, the research and the studies that are available about the program. So as you can see in this picture, I could tell the difference right away. These are my 90-day pictures. I did take a 12-day picture, and you can tell right away the bloating just really decreased tremendously. So a little bit about the program, and I'm sorry, Tim, I'm so excited about this program that I can go on and on and on. So please do ask questions. Otherwise, I'll just continue chatting.
When you said ask me questions, I thought it was because you were nervous and didn't want to talk.
Oh, okay. So you want me to?
I want you to talk. I absolutely love it when people share their experience, because here's the thing. It's one thing for me and anyone else to put, because we all have friends in a business, right? Especially after the pandemic, everyone got laid off. People are looking for side gigs, and we're all posting pictures and results. And let's be honest, everyone at home, for the most part, even sometimes results that I see from our own people, I'm like, it's the lighting, or I don't know about that. So I started doing these lives simply because I wanted to not only introduce the results to people, but hear from the people that got the results, that they're real people getting real results. And I didn't even know you were a doctor until recently. And so this is just another, arrow in the quiver of our, shots to get out there to let people know that this is real science, real results, real people. And so keep sharing your experience. I'm going to shut up now.
Seriously, we're going to be going on and on and on. So a little bit about the program is, if you guys don't know, the program consists of 3 products that are part of one program. Now, a couple of things about me. You did mention in the beginning, skeptic. Yeah, I definitely was one of them. Now, after trying different products, my being skeptic was not as much, but looking at Neora Fit, I was like, well, let's see what the program can do for me. And what I wanted to do with the program is that I really did not want to change a whole lot, because if you buy a program or if you become part of the program, a lot of times it sounds so amazing. You're seeing all of these pictures and you're seeing all of the pounds are flying at you, the inches are flying at you, and you see all these happy people. But then sometimes you don't see on the bottom of the screen in a teeny tiny letters, it says disclaimer. The results are you have to do so many things. You have to jump through so many hoops to be able to achieve those results. So with this program, I wanted for this program just to be just the program, because obviously I knew that if I would watch my calories, I would lose weight. So I wanted to make sure that the results were coming from the program and not from significant life changes. So the first 90 days, and I'm so sorry I'm jumping around. For the first 90 days, the only thing that I have done is I increased my water intake, and I stopped eating 2.5 to 3 hours. Sometimes it's 2 hours after supper and before bedtime. For me, those two made the most sense. And for me, those were the easiest for me to change. And plus, I knew it was going to be healthy, because I know water is life as a physician. And obviously, I need to practice what I preach. And I do tell my patients that you've got to increase your water intake. So I had to do that. And then eating after night, I kind of knew that too. Obviously, we tell our patients all the time, because that's, when you eat at night, that's why a lot of us have indigestion. That's why a lot of us have heartburn. That's why a lot of us have reflux. because we don't let our guts rest. We eat at night and then we go to bed. So to me, those were the two easiest changes to make, and that's what I did. So the 90-day results, really just me taking the supplements, increasing my water intake, and I stopped eating anywhere between 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Now I am actually entering my second run of 90 days. And now I'm going to try to be good and do the other elements of the program, which I'm sure, Tim, you're going to discuss at some point.
Yeah. So, and first, thank you. And I can stop sharing these now. But I want to thank you for coming on here. These are just really quick interviews to share your results and your experience, which you've done beautifully. And for those of you that are watching this, if you're catching this on replay or watching it live, get with the person who shared this with you. And don't even reach out to me and say, can I share this? Share this, right? I want, the beautiful part is Dr. Yulia Peniston and I are not even in the same organization in our business. But the beautiful part about our company is that we all work so close together and with this abundance mentality, because when you have products that work this well, there is no room for scarcity thinking. We all help each other and jump on and do whatever we can. So share away for those of you that are in the business, or even if you're not in Neora and you know people, tag them, share this with them. This is such a game changer for people who struggle with weight. And we know that's a lot of people. Let's be honest. I heard the last interview I did was so profound. I think it was Jessica Stout. I think it was her that said, if you're adjusting what you wear or where you go because of your weight, you definitely want to try this product. And I never thought of it that way, but there's so many insecurities that we become used to living with that now we just think, oh, that's just the way I am now. You don't have to be that way. And what I loved about your story was I gave the product a shot. And because you got results, for me, the same thing happened. I didn't see huge difference in my body until month 3. So give it 90 days. But the reason why I gave it the 90 days is because even though I didn't look different, I felt amazing. There's no other way I could explain it other than the bloating went away. I didn't feel bloated. That allowed me to keep going. And now my next 90 days is coming up, adding more exercise, more water, because it motivates you. It's slowly that slight edge. It's that slight edge that motivates you. So for those of you watching, get with the person, invite you to watch this and to get all your questions answered. Dr. Peniston, thank you again for coming on. I look forward.
I just want to, once again, I told you, I'm really excited. One of the things that I have personally not done yet, that is something for me to do, but somebody had posted I'm not sure if you had seen, Tim, had posted their cholesterol or their fasting lipid profile results and hemoglobin A1C. So hemoglobin A1C, for those of you who don't know, gives you an average measurement of your blood sugars. And of course, there's a number associated with normal, pre-diabetic, and diabetic. And fasting lipid profile is your cholesterol. So as we all know, there's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol. So at some point, I was hoping to see those results, and I have. Somebody posted that their good cholesterol increased dramatically, their bad cholesterol decreased, and their hemoglobin A1C decreased. So I am just so excited because this could be a life changer for a lot of patients or a lot of customers. And Tim, as you mentioned, yes, we're in different organizations, but our main goal is to make people better. Every single person. I'm on a mission to tell everybody about this program because it's not a medication. It's a supplement that you take, and it's such an easy supplement, and you don't have to do a whole lot. And you're going to feel so much better. You're going to look better, and you're going to be healthier. This is absolutely revolutionary. And like I said, I am just going on and on and on about it.
It's okay. When something works, it naturally networks. And not only that, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And we beg people to take their measurements, take their pictures, record your beginnings so that you can see your progression, and we'll guarantee you that if you use it consistently in the way it's supposed to be used, you will see and feel results. So Dr. Peniston, again, thank you
My
all.
pleasure.
You bet. And remember, we do these lives every Wednesday and every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central, so stay tuned. Feel free to come back and share away, because there are thousands of results. So we're going to be doing this for months to come. So thanks again, and we'll see everybody later. Thanks again.
Thank you for inviting me. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.